Welcome to this English podcast episode where I'm going to talk about phones and social media. So there are going to be lots of phrases that you can learn today based on this topic, and I'm going to give you my opinion on social media and phone use in general, because I think it's quite an important topic to talk about, and it's something that interests me too. Now I'm making this podcast episode because my other podcast episode, which I produced about 4 years ago, has had over 1 million views on YouTube. And I've also released this on SoundCloud, but not on iTunes or any of the podcast player. If you would like me to start a new podcast, probably producing it in an episode here on YouTube, let me know in the comment section here on YouTube. And feel free to go back and listen to talk about my daily routine. People seem to love it, and over 1 million views is my most watched video here on this YouTube. But yeah, today we are going to talk about social media and phone use in general, because this has become such a big part of our lives now, and I want to talk about some of the areas of this. And by listening, you're going to get some great listening practice, but also learn some new words and phrases. Now, do my best to add some of the key phrases from this podcast episode in this description. So something about smartphone is this from my life anyway. My wife and I didn't get a smartphone until I think about 2014, 2015, and we held off getting one for a long time because we moved to the US in 2011. And everybody had an iPhone or the Google, Samsung equivalent back then. And we just held out for such a long time because I was working online and I didn't want to be connected to the internet when I went out and about into the world. I just wanted to have a simple, what we call a dumb phone. Dumb phone. I find it funny. We just wanted to have one of those simple phones instead of getting something where you're constantly connected to the internet, because we saw other people at the time and we noticed that they were constantly on their phone. They got them out in certain situation. We found it quite strange because we didn't have this. But then we decided to get one because we had a child and we wanted to be able to take pictures of our child on the go. So that was our biggest reason for getting a smartphone. And I remember getting it, it was in December, I think 2014. And yeah, since then, obviously, we have gone into smartphone use like everyone else. And obviously, you look around today, you think about the difference between when people were walking around on public transport, in restaurant, at bars, in life or things, in their car, and nobody really used their phone. They were a little bit hesitant about doing it at first. This is about 10 years ago, I would say, because it wasn't socially acceptable to use your phone in public in this way where you constantly scrolling. But now you look around and it just seems like everyone is addicted to their phones. If you're waiting in line to do something, to buy something, your phone comes out. When people stop at traffic lights, their phone comes out. I see people when they drop off their kids at school, they're waiting in line, their phone comes out. You see people who are at restaurant, they're on a date together, they're both on their phones. And you know this happens as well. And it just seems like it's completely become the norm now. It has become the norm where people don't even think twice about doing it. They just get their phones out and start scrolling. And I think a big reason for this is that people love the scrolling now. They need to go on a website or social media platform on their phone and just constantly scroll down because there's always something new happening. There's always some type of new information, new posts, something happening in the news. And notice myself doing this, especially, and I do it now, but especially during the election. So when there was an election here a couple of months ago, I was constantly looking at the results, trying to find new information. What was this person saying? What was that person saying? Doom scrolling. Where people are personally scrolling on social media platform are seeing bad news. And everything is just bad, and it's called doom scrolling.